If you were to look for someone who embodies the characteristics of our state, you won't find anyone more Texas than Dolph Briscoe. A rancher, banker, public servant, and philanthropist. He personifies the rural roots, unmatched pride, and kind nature that make Texas unique.
He is the epitome of what our great state is all about. And he is a man who is not a taker. He is a man who is a giver.
Governor Briscoe's roots in Texas are deep. His ancestors originally settled here in 1832, and one of them signed the Texas Declaration of Independence. Dolph followed the ranching tradition set by the first Briscoes in Texas.
He grew up on the ranch, working in very difficult situations. His dad, in addition to being a rancher, also was a very good businessman, operated several businesses, and Dolph learned a lot through that.
After graduating from Uvalde High School, Dolph went to the University of Texas at Austin and graduated with a business degree. That's where he met Janie Slaughter. They married in 1942.
As a couple, they were absolutely stellar leaders, both in the private sector and public sector of the great state of Texas. What a proud twosome, what a terrific partnership.
After serving in the Army during World War II, Dolph jumped into state politics. In 1948, he won a seat in the state legislature representing Uvalde. In Austin, he was a voice for rural Texas, working to extend telephone service to outlying communities, and was a key figure in establishing Texas' farm-to-market road system.
The expression was he got Texans out of the mud because he sponsored the farm-to-market roadway system for rural Texas. We had the highways, of course, but we didn't have secondary roads back into the interior of these counties where farmers and ranchers could haul their production to market.
After 8 years, Dolph left the legislature to run his father's Uvalde ranch. Soon, he was elected as the youngest president of the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association, a position his father once held. One of Dolph's greatest accomplishments is leading the fight to eradicate screwworms infecting Texas livestock. He led an effort to raise $3 million in 1960 to establish the massive eradication program and had to convince the federal government eradication was even possible. The impact was monumental. Screwworms were costing ranchers millions of dollars annually until Dolph's program effectively stamped them out across Texas and eventually throughout North America.
The screwworm was the most costly problem that livestock producers in Texas and other southwestern states had. That's why the eradication of the screwworm meant so much to livestock producers.
It was the greatest achievement that could have ever been accomplished.
In 1972, Dolph won election as governor of Texas. A Democrat, he represented a moderate voice on the heels of the Sharpstown scandal, vowing to limit the expansion of government powers.
He was fiscally conservative, brought common sense solutions to the problems that confronted the state, and provided good answers for all of the issues that were presented.
During his term in Austin, the Texas economy thrived. He won re-election in 1974, and as the state population swelled, he guided an expansion of services, including public school funding and improved mental health programs. He also appointed more women and minorities than ever before.
He made a mark as a governor that has not been equal before or since. Without raising any taxes, he increased the surplus many times over. And at the same time, he provided services that Texans had never had before.
As governor, he also found himself playing a role in the notorious 1973 spectacle unfolding in LaGrange.
It's illegal to operate a house of prostitution in Texas.
Eventually directing state authorities to shut down the infamous Chicken Ranch brothel.
They just called the madams and told them to send their girls packing.
After serving 6 years, including the first ever 4-year term as governor, Dolph returned to Uvalde to what is today the largest individually owned ranch in the state. He became more active in banking and became involved in a series of foundations, donating his expertise and resources to further benefit Texans.
His generous gifts for so many causes across Texas have been received from Janie and Dolph based upon their real desire to give back. They understand that they've been blessed and that they have a responsibility to give back and to share.
Dolph has never forgotten his heritage or where he came from. He's stayed close to the people, he stayed close to agriculture, he empathizes with them and provides wonderful leadership.
Well, Dolph is Texas. If you just wanted to see what Texas is, and you just took Dolph's life from day one till today and looked at it, you'd see what Texas is. That's the whole story.
Tonight, we honor Dolph Briscoe with the History-Making Texan Award for the lasting legacy he's left on his state and the example he sets for all Texans.